So you have to calculate the entropy change for the reaction. Entropy change, and that means you have to calculate delta S, right? For the reaction where your reaction is the combustion of hydrogen H2 gaseous plus half O2 gaseous, it gives you water. You are given with the values of delta H and delta G. The process is done at 298 Kelvin. Calculate the value beta. So we will be using the expression gives Helmholtz equation. Delta G is equal to delta H minus T delta H. This equation we will be using here. Okay, so we are given with delta G, delta H भी दिया हुआ है, T भी दिया हुआ है, तो आपने delta S निकालना है. Yes, do this numerical and give me the answer. Yes, beta, do the numerical and give me the answer. So delta G इसको पहले simplify कर लेते हैं. Okay. It will be minus T delta S, minus sign adjust करेंगे, divided by T, that is going to give you delta S. Okay, so delta H. What is delta H? That is minus 241.60. You have to minus ये plus हो जाएगा 228.40. You have to divide it by 298. That is going to give you delta S. Now solve it and give me the answer. Minus 241.6 plus 228.40. That should be divided by 298. What is the answer? तो आपका आंसर माइनस में आएगा. Let me write down the second numerical now. ये सॉल्व करो जब तक मैं सेकंड न्यूमेरिकल की स्टेटमेंट लिखती हूँ. For the melting of ice at 25 degrees Celsius, you are given with the enthalpy of fusion 6.97 kilojoule per mole. And the entropy of fusion 25.4 joule per Kelvin per mole. Okay, so you have to calculate the free energy change, you have to calculate delta G, and you have to predict whether the reaction will be spontaneous or not. चलिए पहले हमें डेल्टा जी निकालना पड़ेगा. अगर तो वो नेगेटिव आया तो रिएक्शन स्पॉन्टेनियस होगी, अगर पॉजिटिव आया तो रिएक्शन नॉन स्पॉन्टेनियस होगी. ओके, नाउ व्हाट अबाउट द आंसर ऑफ फर्स्ट न्यूमेरिकल? So the answer of first numerical is minus 0.044 kilojoules per Kelvin per mole. Okay. Now here is the second one. For the melting of ice, you are given with the entropy of fusion and enthalpy of fusion. तो आपको delta H भी given है, आपको delta S भी given है, और temperature भी given है. Okay, it is 25 degrees Celsius converted into Kelvin. तो Kelvin में ही again 298 बनेगा. This is the first numerical. Again, we will be using the equation delta G is equal to delta H minus T delta S. So we are given with delta H of 6.97. Right? Then we are given with the delta S. ये किलो जाउल्स में है तो हमें इसको जाउल में कन्वर्ट करना पड़ेगा 6.97 को, so it will be 6970 okay in joules, and T is 298, delta S joules में है तो that is 25.2. multiply it and solve it. निकालिए बेटा, solve it and give me the answer. 6970 minus 7569.2. तो 298 को जब आप मल्टीप्लाई करोगे 25.4 से, you will be getting 7569.2. So what is the answer? Yes, what is the answer? So that is 599.2 joules. Very good. Now you have to tell me whether the reaction will be spontaneous or non-spontaneous. That will be spontaneous since the delta G is negative. Okay, so in this way you can do number of numericals for the free energy change. Now coming to the physical significance of Gibbs free energy. That means how the free energy is related to the वर्क. ये हमने स्पॉन्टेनिटी प्रेडिक्ट की है, अब हमने फ्री एनर्जी का रिलेशन स्टडी करना है विद द यूजफुल वर्क. ओके, सो दैट इज आल्सो कॉल्ड एज फिजिकल सिग्निफिकेंस ऑफ okay. So for the physical significance of delta G, here we will be including the expression from the first law, delta U is equal to Q minus W, where Q is the work done on the system. Okay, so if the work is done on the system, then the first law of thermodynamics will take this expression of delta U is equal to Q plus W. इसमें से जब हम Q निकालेंगे, it will be delta U plus W. Okay, now since for the Gibbs free energy relationship with the usefulness of the work, here we are characterizing our work under the two categories. यहाँ पर हम ये देखते हैं कि हमारा जो work है वो दो तरह से है. एक है work of expansion, where the volume of the system will increase or decrease. Okay, where the volume of the system will increase, only then it will expand. And the second is the work of non-expansion. Work of non-expansion, it includes all the other energy sources that are present in the system, due to which the volume is not changing actually. Okay, but their energy change is there, since energy is related to the work done. Okay, so here we will be including all those work, okay, in the non-expansion system which don't lead to the increase in the volume, but still they are present there. Okay, किसी भी चीज की internal energy है जैसे, right, इलेक्ट्रिकल एनर्जी है, फ्रिक्शनल एनर्जी है, मोशनल एनर्जी है, वो उसकी वॉल्यूम तो नहीं इंक्रीज कर रहे हैं, बट आइदर इन सम ऑफ द फॉर्म दे आर प्रेजेंट देयर एंड दे आर डूइंग सम वर्क. दैट वर्क विल बी द नॉन एक्सपेंशन वर्क. ओके, सो इफ आई कैरेक्टराइज्ड हियर द टू टाइप्स ऑफ वर्क, so I will be getting this one. तो अगर मैं यहाँ पर दोनों तरह के वर्क्स जो है वो लिख दूं तो मेरे पास कुछ ये एक्सप्रेशन जो है वो ऐसे बनेगा, राइट, वेयर Q इट विल बी इक्वल टू डेल्टा U प्लस P डेल्टा V प्लस वर्क ऑफ नॉन एक्सपेंशन. एंड यू क्लियरली नो दिस थिंग इज एंथैल्पी. Okay, this thing is the enthalpy change, where I am writing delta U plus P delta V as delta H. Now, according to the entropy change, yes, entropy change के according अब हम क्या लिखते हैं, that the entropy of the system delta S is equal to Q reversible by T, जिसको हम बाद में delta H कहते हैं. Okay, सो यहाँ से क्या मैं लिख सकती हूँ, Q रिवर्सिबल, द एनर्जी चेंज इट इज इक्वल टू T डेल्टा S. Yes, can I write down like this? So if we put the value of T delta S here, so I'll be getting an expression like this. Okay, I'll be getting an expression of this. T delta S is equal to delta H plus work of expansion. Okay, if I rearrange this equation, यहाँ पर लिख देती हूँ आगे. If I rearrange this equation, see, this is work of expansion, non-expansion, sorry. Or I can write it as delta H minus T delta S is equal to minus of work of non-expansion. Okay, now delta H minus T delta S, this is a very familiar relation of Gibbs-Helmholtz equation. So this is going to give you delta G. So delta G is equal to minus of non-expansion. Okay, तो work of non-expansion यानी कि जो useful work है किसी भी body का, the useful work of any body in the form of friction, in the form of electrical energy, in the form of some rotational motion, vibrational motion, that are actually the useful work of the system. So this useful work is equal to the negative of the Gibbs free energy. Okay, so this is the relation for the Gibbs free energy and the useful work. Okay, one more expression, two more expression of delta G you have to remember, but हम यहाँ पर सिर्फ expression study करेंगे. In detail you will be doing that in your next class. Okay, so एक expression आपने और याद रखना है. Whenever we are associated with the cells, okay, electrical energy का change होता है for the cells, electrical work is associated with them. So delta G is equal to minus NFE not cell. Okay, where I will be explaining you all the terms. This is for the cell. Electrical energy का जब change होगा. So N is the number of electrons exchanged. Okay, F is Faraday constant. ये आप नेक्स्ट क्लास में करोगे इन डिटेल, और इसकी वैल्यू कांस्टेंट है, यू हैव टू रिमेंबर 96500. ई नॉट, हर एक सेल की इलेक्ट्रोमोटिव पोटेंशियल आपको गिवन होगी. ठीक है, सो दैट विल बी गिवन टू यू. लाइक इफ वी टेक द एग्जांपल ऑफ कॉपर एंड सिल्वर, मेरे पास एक सेल की रिप्रेजेंटेशन दी हुई है, कॉपर और सिल्वर का एक सेल है. ओके, तो मैं आपको सिर्फ इलेक्ट्रॉन का चेंज बताने के लिए इक्वेशन लिख रही हूँ. सी इन दिस इक्वेशन द नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन का चेंज हुआ है. देखो यहाँ पर कॉपर न्यूट्रल है, यहाँ पर सिल्वर न्यूट्रल है. ओके, दे आर नॉट चार्ज्ड हियर. Ag पॉजिटिव, दो Ag पॉजिटिव है और कॉपर ने कितना चार्ज एक्वायर किया, 2 पॉजिटिव, यानी कि दोनों तरफ जो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स का चेंज है वो कितना है, 2. सो n विल बी 2. ओके, F फैराडे कांस्टेंट है, कांस्टेंट वैल्यू है, दैट इज 96500. एंड फॉर दिस पर्टिकुलर सेल जो E नॉट की वैल्यू है वो गिवन है आपको 0.46 वोल्ट. So when you substitute all these values, N as 2, F as 96500 and E naught 0.46, okay, you will be getting the delta G value. Solve कर लो और आंसर बताओ बेटा मुझे. Solve it and give me the answer for this equation. Put all the values, N2, F 96500 and E naught 0.46. So tell me the value of delta G. Yes, the value of delta G. Similarly, we have done the values for the equilibrium constant. ठीक है, जब हम इक्विलिब्रियम के चैप्टर में पढ़ के आए हैं तो डेल्टा जी का और इक्विलिब्रियम कांस्टेंट का क्या रिलेशन है. So this expression again you have to remember. Okay, delta G is equal to 2.303 RT log of K. This expression you have to remember, that will also be used or you can derive this expression in your next class. ठीक है, तो अब जब 12th में हो जाओगे तो in detail you will be discussing about this. So minus 2.303 RT log of K. This is the expression for Gibbs free energy and the equilibrium constant. Coming to the answer of the previous numerical, so that is 88780 joule. Very good, with the minus sign. Okay, so minus 88780 is the answer. Okay, so coming to the free energy, standard free energy change, तो वो हमें पता ही है कि whenever we are dealing with the standard conditions, okay, so whenever we are having the standard conditions, so delta G standard किसके लिए होगा? The standard enthalpy change for the products minus standard enthalpy change for the reactants. Okay, do one numerical for this. Write down, calculate the delta G naught for the reaction. Calculate the delta G naught for the reaction and you have to predict the feasibility also. The reaction is going on at 300 Kelvin. ये reaction है आपकी. Convert kilojoules into joules और joule to kilojoule, जैसे भी आपने करना है. ओके, आपने फाइनल आंसर मुझे kilojoules में देना है. सो कन्वर्ट joules बेटर है, kilojoules में कन्वर्ट कर लो. Yes, solve it and give me the answer, beta. And you have to predict whether the reaction is feasible also or not. तो अपनी reaction की feasibility भी check करनी है. The correct answer is 1.1. Just simply put all these values in this expression. तो आपके पास सारी चीजें गिवन है. ठीक है, डेल्टा एच आपको गिवन है, T 300 केल्विन दिया हुआ है. Then you have to substitute the delta S. So the value is 1.1 kilojoule. Is the reaction feasible? Yes, is the reaction feasible? Reaction feasible है कि नहीं? Is the reaction feasible? Yes, no. No, the reaction is not feasible because delta G is positive, not negative. Okay. So write down another numerical. Write down another numerical. So for the reaction, iodine H2S so you have to tell whether this reaction it will proceed in the forward reaction you have to predict the feasibility of this reaction कि ये reaction जो है वो proceed करेगी forward direction में कि नहीं. If the delta G is negative only, then the reaction will be spontaneous. Okay, so calculate for delta G. You can see standard values given है, तो हम यहाँ पर standard free energy change जो है वो देखेंगे, which can be calculated by subtracting the delta G of the reactants from the products. तो यही वाला expression हम use करेंगे. Summation of the delta G's of the products minus delta G summation of the reactants. तो product में आपके पास HI है, that is having 2 moles, तो 2 into this 1.8. Okay, plus sulfur here is present in the elemental state, तो इसका जो free energy change होगा वो 0 हो जाएगा. फिर आपने करना है माइनस. ओके, माइनस उसमें से कर देना है हमने H2S का, that is present in 1 mole. Again iodine again is present in the elemental state, तो इसका जो standard value है gives free energy की, that will be 0. तो simple है. So we are left with 2 into 1.8 minus 1 into 33.8. So solve it and give me the answer. So that is minus 30.2 kilojoules. Okay, and the reaction is spontaneous, that will move in the forward direction. Okay, तो जो आपकी reaction है वो proceed करेगी forward reaction में. Okay, similarly calculate for the next reaction. ऐसा ही एक सेम है, यहाँ पर तो हमने 0 कर दी है. अब नेक्स्ट में देखते हैं 0 होते हैं कि नहीं. So next again you have to calculate the delta G standard for the reaction for ammonia. Delta formation gives free energy change for the formations they are given to you. So that is minus 16.8 plus 86.7 and minus 237.2. They all are in kilojoules per mole. Okay. And you have to predict the feasibility of the reaction also, whether the reaction is feasible or not. Chaliye. Do the numerical and give me the answer beta. Same है जैसे अभी हमने पिछला किया है. But here nothing, the substance is present in its elemental state. Except for the oxygen. This is 5O2, not SO2, sorry. This is 5O2. Okay, so oxygen here is only present in the elemental state, तो वो हमने minus कर देना. 0, almost 0 करके. So you will be getting the products 4 into 86.7 plus 6 into water की है minus 237.2. उसमें से फिर आपने minus कर देना है अमोनिया की, that is 4 into minus 16.8. So this is all your answer. Solve it. सॉल्व कीजिए इसको और आंसर बताइए बेटा. So just go through the NCERT back exercise of this chapter, okay? And from Monday we will be doing the next chapter, ionic equilibrium. हाँ जी, इसका आंसर बताओ बेटा. तो इसका आंसर है -1009.2 kilojoules. Because Gibbs free energy change is negative, so the reaction is feasible. ठीक है, spontaneous है, feasible है.